Hey guys, welcome back. Modi 101 here, and we are back in Seaopolis Submerged. Let's get our helmet back on. Look at that. Look at that good looking fella. Anyways, guys, welcome. Hope you all are doing amazingly. So in between episodes, it's literally just been hanging out and grinding. Just this stuff takes forever to go. Let's make sure we still got a thing in there. I've been running that stuff. I've been making sure I get dust blocks. I set this up a little bit different. I raised everything up by a block, and the reason is so that I could put a blast furnace here so that this stuff could just directly go in. I got a little rambunctious here and ended up having silver all over the floor. So, yeah, we have that going. Just in case I need any of this stuff, this one is still running. I made more nether mulch. This one I've been using to try and get more prosperity shards. It's kind of a pain in the butt to get them. You got to come over here and get appetite dust. Then we got to run up here to our crystallizers, and then we're going to put, these in here and in there. Then when they're done, we're going to come down here, and then we got to put them in this middle strainer here, and then it's a 10% chance. So I would probably say this 12 has probably been a couple stacks of that appetite dust, just, a few pieces here and there at a time and whatnot. The only other thing I did in here was I added some hoppers to the back of this, just so I didn't have to keep running up and throwing coal in. This guy has been making us sand and gravel slowly but surely. And yeah, I think that's about it. I've really just been grinding this stuff out. But let's look at the quest book, and maybe I'll get a better idea of what I've done. So we went to the color caves, okay? And we got this mixed stone ore that is super weird, that we have to take the ore, make it into ingots, take the ingots, make them into nuggets, use the nuggets to make more ore to put it in here. And this guy has just been going, and we have some in the system. So now what we need to do is we need to make the black iron ingots. So let's go ahead and add that to our list. You'll see there's other stuff on our list that I've been trying to prep for. And so we got to get black dye. There we go. We got a ton of it. And let's go ahead and see. We can make 24. That's it. 24. Now we can come back over here because this is running pretty well. And I'm actually going to grab these two stacks because we still have 64 plus 48 in there. So, just got to make sure we don't run out. I don't know how much of this we're going to need to make, but let's go ahead and do that. And now we're up to 40. Okay. So now we have 40. A mix of mixed stone and dye. So what we're trying to make is these different kind of advanced crafting tables. And I've dealt with these before, and to be dead honest with you, they're an absolute pain in the butt. But let's go ahead, and so the next thing is to make black iron slate made in the press, the multi-servo press. Okay, so we're going to come up here, and let's get let's see, we're going to take this out, and we're going to get, let's say 16. Seems like a good starting number. It's not horribly slow. I've seen quicker. We're actually going to stick this down here for when we need it, but there we go. Let's let that run for a second. And then what we need these for, because we're aiming at this first table. We're just going to try and get here and then see how far we can get. So to make this table, we need 4 of these basic components and a black iron frame. To make the black iron frame, we're going to need 6 of these, plus glass and a machine frame. So we're going to need 6 right there. And then this, we need 1 per. So we're going to need hardened. Oh man, I did not plan for that many of those. All right, well, we're going to let this go. We're going to come down here, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to make 4 of this. It's Invar, redstone, and gold gears. I actually prepared for some of these Look at that. All right, and then we're also going to need iron gears. So we're going to grab some iron. And we're going to have to use that same multi-servo press to get this going. Is this done? Almost. We'll grab our gear thing. So obviously as the quest book goes on, the quests get a little bit harder, or I don't know about harder, more time consuming. This pack is pretty grindy. Maybe you guys can let me know, and I'm not sure. Is there any way to speed these up? Like, what goes there? That's what is this mod? Strainers. Well, that's pretty straightforward. Let's go at. All right. Oh, we do have upgrades. Improved mesh upgrade. Improved input upgrade out. Well, that doesn't make sense. Duration. Maybe that's what we want. And then improved everything upgrade. Okay, we just need. So what do we need for this? Diorite, cobblestone, redstone clocks. Oh my god, that's easy. What about that was this guy? What about this guy? Copper, stone, cobble. Resource generator 2's not horrible. A lot of lapis. And maybe we'll make some of these. And then what are these? This is reinforced. And then, oh, everlasting. Okay, let's see how the everlasting is. All right, and then we need the reinforced one, which is here. Okay, it's a tiering system. But nothing crazy. And then specialized. What is specialized? But this would be kind of cool to get to. Make these, everything sped up. Makes our mesh last longer. All right, maybe that might be my stream thing. So let's see what we can get through here. All right, so there's those. That should give us a thing. And then we need to put in this guy and these and make some gears. Okay, well that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure all that out. What are the those are ones? Netherite. Okay. Yeah. And I guess you just put those things. I wonder what the input and output is. Sturdy, like. All right, here's my question. Oh, we do need, I would say, can we just use this guy to make this guy to make that guy to make that guy? But no, we need the individual ones. So looks like a lot of resources, but if I can make them tier up, I don't know. All right, how's this going? Slowly but surely. I think it's 4 per, so we should be getting the last one right here. All right, so we should be able now. Oh wait, hold on. Let's get back to the quest book. To make these, they are in the induction smelter. Okay, all right, that's fine. And we're gonna need 4 of these, right? Where's that guy? This guy here. All right, so we're going to go 4 and 4. So boom, boom, boom. Okay. And there is one. All right, so while that's doing that thing, let's come down here and see if we can make this real quick. I don't know what all I have. If I have everything, yeah, I was missing that. What do I need for this? That I can do. And then here's this. And then finally here's this. And this is not the last of these we're going to have to make. But we're getting there. All right, let's go see if these are done. And they are. That should give us another quest done. Perfect. All right, so now we're going to make this guy. Well, that's not ominous. Hope we don't get struck by lightning. All right, that's right, we're underwater. Okay. And there we go. There is that. Let's go ahead and quickly claim all of these magical sea-bucks that are so important. There we go. Okay. All right, so, okay. I'm going to go sleep just because, is it nighttime? Can I make it go away? God, it's scary. Sleeping and coffee. Perfect match. All right. So now we have this fella, right? We set this down, and as you can see, basic crafting. I believe we could use this as just a normal crafting table. So, yep, you can use it as a normal crafting table. But there is things you can make with it. So let's look at the quest line. Next thing is luminescence. I think I saw them in 2004 at the Metroplex. I don't know. All right, made in a basic crafting table. So let's look at basic crafting. So gunpowder, glowstone, and redstone. Now redstone and glowstone we get from the seeds, but gunpowder we don't. But if we look at this, nether quartz, lapis, charcoal, and flint we could use to make gunpowder. Or charcoal, nether dust, and sulfur. We just don't have sulfur yet. So let's go ahead and grab some redstone, some glowstone, and some gunpowder. As you can see, I've made a bunch. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to do that and that and that and come in here and click this and do that. And we've got 12. All right. I don't know how far that's going to go. So there we go. So the next thing, now this makes it seem like, oh, we just got 3 more steps. Oh, that's all. Just 3 more steps is all we need to do. And then we're done with this chapter, right? Right. So we need to make advanced components. So for this one, we need the essence, the black iron slate, and the reinforced components. We'll get to that in a second. To then make this, where we have to use, I guess this isn't so bad. And then we've got to make this, which involves more stuff. And this is where we're going to hit a roadblock today, and I'm going to really need to use the stream to work on this. All right, but let's go through what we can. All right, let's eat a hamburger, because, you know, that's awesome. All right, so let's go ahead, and we're going to take that out. We're going to take that out, that out, that out, and we'll leave the rest. Okay, so to make what we need to make, we need this, which we have, that we have, and we need this guy, okay? Once again, doing my best to make everything we can. So, oh, that's right. So we need to make 1, 2, 3, 4 of these, because they are the middle component. And then we should be able to make 4, because I was smart and did my off-camera work. All right, so this one won't be too bad. We're going to pop that in. We're going to pop 4 of those in, and then 4 of this in. And that should make our next component, and this one should be pretty easy. And then we're gonna run into our roadblock here in a minute. So while we're waiting on this, let's go ahead and make at least 4 more of these. Okay, this is going. I thought we were going to have to craft this from the beginning, but maybe this isn't so bad. But we still are going to run into a little bit of a hiccup. All right. So now we're going to just grab this guy, and then we're going to come in here, put that in the middle, and then come around like this. And now we've got the advanced table. Now you may be asking, what makes it more advanced? The recipes you can do. It's gone from your normal 3x3 to a 5x5. So there are recipes in this mod, extended crafting, that you need even bigger ones. All right, so let's look at what I've been complaining about, and who knows, maybe we'll get lucky. I'm not holding my breath. We're almost going to be doing what could be considered off-camera work on camera, and we'll see how much of a headache this is. I've prepped as best as I could. So now we've gotten this one, and we've gotten this one. We're very happy with that, and now we're going to do this one, and we're going to do that. So as you can see, it is basically the exact same recipe, right? So to make these, we need 4 of these components, which means we need 4 of these besides this stuff. 4 of those, not the end of the world. Let's see if we can do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wow. I did it exactly right. Oh, no, I didn't. All right, we're going to need, how many more of these? 2, 4, 6, 8. So that's what? 8, 32. How much singularum do I have? I have 26. Okay. All right. So this is where we ran into it. Let's see what the recipe on this was, because I don't remember this blend. Nope. Recipe. Induction. Redstone, copper, and tin. We can do that. We can let this roll in there while we go tackle the next hurdle. Redstone, copper, and tin. All things that we have very much an abundance of. I did the math wrong on this, so that's what happened. All right, so induction smelter with these 3 items. Let that cook, and we will have more than enough. All right, so what we run into on this, besides this, is we're going to need enderium ingots. And I don't know if I ended up making those. I think I might have, right? Hold on. I made 16, so we might have enough. Let me show you what I did to get those. If you guys remember that summoning block, it's how we got the pigs, the chickens, the cows, the sheep. And for the longest time, it was sitting on a dirt block right there. And that's how we got them. If you guys remember, you put a certain item on it, and then it spawns a mob from it. So what I did, let's come down here, and this is with the help of drag. Here's the summoning block. So if we put like an ender shard, I think they're called, or ender fragment, you get 9 of them per ender pearl. Each one of those spawns an enderman. I got my little 2-block high, special place to fight them. Drag put this up there so I could spawn a bunch of them at a time, and they would just kind of die. A bunch of them would die just from being too much in one spot. Some of them would get out, of course. That's why this was still here. But the nice thing is 1 ender pearl made 9 endermen. So the math on it, adds up. You can see pretty quickly, but you still have to fight all those endermen, and not every one of them drops an ender pearl. So yeah, that's how I was able to get that enderium. This is the stuff I do off camera. All right. Now, here's where we're going to run into the biggest problem that we are going to start the battle for today. But we'll see how far we can get. It's this. Crystalline ingots. Crystalline ingots are made in the crafting table. We need at least the advanced. This is at 5x5. Lead and lapis, no problem. Got them. Diamond essence. Not diamonds, but diamond essence, which means we need to make the seed. So, to make the seed, we have to have 4 supremium essence. For the diamonds and the prosperity seed are fine. But to get these, we're going to have to build up. Either trying to make the master infusion crystal, which, if I remember, is, unlimited uses, and you only need the 1. But to get that, we still have to go through all of the crystals, plus a ton of prosperity shards. So we're going to go back, and we have this one. Let's see real quick. Let's see what I made. Yeah, we have the basic one. So let's see if we can make this. I have that. Oh, it's going to be a butthole. It's right there. Okay. So we have that. Oh, wow, it doesn't take that. Interesting. Okay. And then we're going to click uses on this, and we're going to try and get this one. Now, of course, it's not done because we need to use this original one to make some of the stuff. So let's make what we can, and we're just going to try and tier our way up on this. And there is now that one. Okay. So then we hit uses on this, and we hit that, okay? And now we got to make this. We have enough for one. So this is where our problem is going to be. So we're going to come down to this one. That's this guy. And we're going to try and not kill this one off. Then we go here like this. All right. And there's that. And then we're going to go here like this. And there's that. Now we're going to have to do all this again here in a second. But as you can see, we're working our way across. So let's do this. And we're probably going to have to repair some of these. All right. So maybe we can get this done. Obviously, it's not going to be done. But all right. And then if we hit uses on this one, we can try and make this one. And this is the one that we need to make for now. So, nope. So let's take this out. Let's get to essence. And I've got a good amount. The crystals are the problem. All right, so let's try and not break this one. There we go. There's a stack. It is on its last leg. Okay. Then we're going to go to this one, and we're trying to get 4 red. That's what we're aiming for, right? All right, and then... Did I do this wrong? I did this wrong. Let's do that. So this is the last one. All right, there's 4 of those. And now we have, you guessed it, one of the reds. All right. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to make another one of these. All right, hold on. And this is where you could see I'm a little worried about running out of the shards. See, we're out of the shards. So we'll come over here. We're going to take these 12 that took me an entire week to get. This is where and I know we're almost at the end here. So we're going to go ahead and make, I forgot to make this part. There's that. And then here's this. And now we're going to just straight up try and get 4 stacks of these. 1, 2, well, actually 3 stacks. There we go. We pretty much almost killed that one. We're going to go like this. I want to make this with you guys. All right, there's that. Okay, we're doing okay. We're doing okay. And I'll probably try and get the master one off of, like, in between episodes. Because I can do it. I have the stuff. All right, so there's that. Perfect. Okay. Now, we're going to look up seed. I made 1 prosperity seed. And then we're going to need diamonds. Helps if I spell it right. Also, we don't do it in this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if I'm not mistaken, we have to do it on the table up here. Whoop. All right. So we'll put that on there. There's a redstone block under here. That's how it can just go. We don't need a switch or a button or any of that fun stuff. All right, here comes our diamond seed. Now, we could plant this up top, and I probably will. But for now, too far. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use a machine we were using earlier, and it's one of the way we got a lot of that essence, because this guy also gives us seeds as an output. So we're going to pop in here. We're going to take him out. We're going to put him in. We're going to take all of this out. While we're here, let's grab those, and we'll grab the Siglarum, and then we need to make some more. Oh, I am chock-a-block full of stuff. So, well, basically, we can make the rest of this stuff in between. And like I said, I think I'm going to work. My goal is to make that master infusion. And I'm going to have to get the essence because we need a lot of it. But yeah, it's not using up that seed, which is great. And now we can put this guy in here, and I'm going to throw that in there just to have it. We still have a stack. I think I actually need, 6 more? I believe was the number 32. Yeah, something like that. All right. Well, there we go, guys. We did not complete a chapter, but we will on the next episode 100%. So make sure you guys come back for that. So, all right, guys. Well, hey, if you enjoyed the episode, remember the easiest way and the freest way to help out the videos in the channel is to like, subscribe, click that bell, leave a comment, share on social media. Any and all of those things help out tremendously. If you guys want to take it to the next level, you can become a Patreon, get access to this server plus our 9 others, hang out in our Discord, be in our Saturday streams, be in the recordings, my midweek streams, all of that fun stuff. Go check out the Patreon link for that. If you guys want to come watch the off-camera work, I do this as part of 2 for Tuesdays. That's where I stream this pack for the first hour of the Tuesday stream, and then I do Sky Factory 5 for the second hour of it. So yeah, every Tuesday, noon Pacific, twitch.tv/Modi101. And of course, last but definitely not least, if you guys want to get your own server, just like the one that myself and Heather and the Patreons all play on each and every day, you could do that by heading on over to Host Havoc. Use the link down below. That way they know you're coming from one of my videos. And until next time, thank each and every one of you so much for coming and hanging out. And we'll see you guys later. Bye!